All right, rock and roll. Welcome, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hope everybody is having an amazing morning, evening, afternoon, late night, wherever you are around the world here at Quiet Nation. Hope you're having a good one. My name's Matt. This is our weekly Tech AMA with Dr. K. If you're hanging out with us here on X, we are actually simulcasting from Discord. So let me work on getting that tweet pinned up for you so you guys can hop into Discord and join the chat. It's always a good time on Wednesday hanging out with Dr. K. The chat is super entertaining. I absolutely love being a part of Quiet Nation. I hope you guys do as well. We should have a good one for you today. Recently announced Project SOAP last week, and I know the community is dying to know more about that. Hopefully we can get Dr. K up on stage soon here, and then we'll dive in. But come join us in Discord and drop a question, and we'll get to it shortly. Hang out with us in chat. How you guys doing? How's your Wednesday going? What's new in y'all's world? Let us know. Hop into the Discord. Let us know how your day's going over in chat, and we'll get this started shortly. Just give me one moment here. Let me ping the man himself and get a few announcements out. But again, if you're hanging out with us here on X, check out that pinned tweet up above. The Quiet Nation Discord is where you want to be. Event is alive right now, so come join us. We got some OGs already hanging out with us here in Discord. QM, Red Tack, Steph, Kishore, Christopher, Pavel, Gabriel, Cloners, Freative, Cooley, Ken, Kiri. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us today. It's going to be a good one. It usually is, right? Am I right, guys? All right. Stand by one moment. We'll get the man himself in here. There he is.
What's up?
Hey, Dr. K. How you doing, sir? Happy Wednesday.
Another Wednesday, baby. Another Wednesday.
Mike. All right.
A lot of work, boys. Getting this done. Getting it done. Soap is getting done.
Yes, sir.
We're thinking, we have mined Ravencoin blocks. How about that?
Damn.
How about that?
That's news. This is the place to get the alpha from Dr. K for sure. Man, you usually hint at it and then, kind of drop it later in this space, but boom, there it is, guys. We're mining Ravencoin. Love it.
Well, I mean, tests. We're not, we don't have
fair.
Our network on their network. We're mining Ravencoin blocks. We're also going to support Doge and Litecoin merge mines. So that one's a little bit trickier, but we should hopefully have that in today. Because Dogecoin already merged mines Litecoin, so it's going to be like a triple canacidol here.
Whoa.
So
like triple merge mine.
Well, yeah, no one, as far as I know, has ever done that. Well, because it's stacked, right? So, you have merge mining and you have dual mining, but I've never seen anybody stack merge mining in 3 levels. So, the issue for us, though, is, we want to make sure that we're getting as much revenue as possible for every hash. Else, we won't be net neutral, right?
Sure.
So if we just had to take the simple path and only mine Doge, we'd get 90% return on the hash. We want to get 100% return, so we gotta add the Litecoin in.
Makes sense. Dang. Triple merge mining. Another blockchain first over here at Quiet Network. Guys, I'm really looking forward to all the Fight Club references. Shout out to Quai Squad, dropping those NFTs recently. If you haven't seen that, I think it's SOAP quaisquad.xyz. Doug, you had an idea for some Fight Club related PFPs, but it's clear that this is definitely memeable, and the community is already off to the races with it. So I'm really I'm here for it, guys. Bring all the Fight Club memes. Let's see them. Let's go ham. One of the best movies ever. Remember the art that you put up in the office? I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure we still have that. You definitely posted a photo with some of it a while back. Maybe somebody can dig that up from one of your older tweets. I think you actually drug me into it as well. So we love Fight Club. Great movie. Fight the powers that be, destroy the traditional financial system, and usher in a much better era of energy money. Let's go, guys. Fight Club all the way. Love it. Rock on. Well, I think we're ready to go. We got all the announcements out. We got the pinned tweet up above for folks hanging out with us here on X/Twitter. If you want to join the chat and ask the man a question directly, check out that pinned tweet, hop into the Discord server. Questions are already coming through. We got Gabriel back in the house. He joined us in yesterday's space, had some really good questions about building on Quai. But before we get to the questions, anything else you want to share with the audience before we get started, Dr. K?
Yeah, I mean, we're just working hard, trying to get this out. So, kind of goals here are get, not just Raven coin, but also, like the Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Litecoin, all mining. Hopefully end of day tomorrow. And then we'll probably take like a day or two to test, but then we're hoping maybe Friday or Monday, depending on how things go. Maybe we'll push it out to the test network. And then we'll be able to start getting the pools to set up like new pool endpoints, which hopefully should be really simple for them, actually. But yeah.
Nice. Great updates. Thanks, Dr. K. Looking forward to more. Keep your eyes peeled. Definitely want to follow the Quai Network account to get all your SOAP updates and maybe some hot memes, some hot Fight Club memes. That's what I'm super pumped for. But that's neither here nor there. We got some really good questions in the chat here. Gabriel's back, and he's always got some great questions. So to kick us off, just to kind of like level set, I guess this is a good one. Dr. K, first questions here regarding total Quai supply and pre-mined Quai. We have, let's see here, let's start with this. What percentage of the total current Quai in circulation today originated as pre-mined or emitted vested Quai? Ooh, that's a good question. Maybe I can rephrase that to help us wrap our head around this. Like, what is effectively emitted, like maybe per day or per week? Do you know?
I think it's about 150,000 a day right now.
Okay.
But it was quite a bit higher before we did like the controller adjustment.
Right.
So.
Okay.
I think in total, like, I don't know, if I had to put my finger in the air, I think since launch, probably about 60 million Quais gone in mined.
Okay. And circulating supply today is around 500 mil. So, hopefully that gives you some leading facts, or, estimates, Gabriel, for that question. I don't think we can nail the exact percentage here. But to follow that up, how can the community audit the spending of pre-mined Quai, like whether it's being liquidated or held?
I mean, they can do it on chain. I mean, I will tell you that, like net out, and besides like wormhole deals and things of the such,
Mm-hmm.
like the team hasn't sold Quai into the market,
Yeah.
like any of it, right? So the people that sell are miners, pre-launch investors, but I think it's mostly miners, to be honest. Right? Any pre-launch investors kind of like they were going to liquidated when it went to like 35 cents. Um,
Right.
So, like, really, over the last 6 months, it's just been miners selling,
Okay.
as far as I can tell.
Yeah. Good question. Good call outs. And then like just another nod over to the docs. Tokenomics are available there if you're looking for more context. Good questions. Let's see here. Moving right along. Some back of the napkin. Some back of the napkin calculations from the charts. Gabriel's concluded that about 85% of the current supply of Quai is from the pre-mine. Does this figure sound right to you? I don't know if we can answer that. Do you have an idea, Dr. K?
It's probably not that far off, yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, Gabriel. Good work, man. Rock on. All right. Soap questions. Here they come, Dr. K. What do we buy to get that 1,000% initial APY from soap? All right. Where did you get that number, Gabriel?
Well, yeah, no, so basically, like, the math on, so it works out. We're going to try to get it so that, we can set sort of the revenue to maybe, like, I think we'll probably do somewhere between, like, 15 and 20 grand a day, when it starts. So, I think the plan is probably going to be to take 100%, staked Quai. So if you look at like what we believe is kind of like the liquid supply, or like not just like the circulating, but like the supply that might participate in such a thing, maybe it's 100 million Quai, which is around $3 million. But let's say you're paying out 20,000 a day. I think that you have to lock like 25 million to get to a 30% APY.
Right.
And there's only about 3 million lockable that we see. I mean, these are all estimates. It could be more, it could be less, but some numbers to think about.
Yeah. Oh, good calls. I guess the short answer is you buy Quai, and then you stay tuned to the Quai Network account for when you can actually lock that Quai. And the sooner you get in, the higher your initial APY.
Yep.
Rock and roll. Great questions, Gabriel. Okay, last one this round on soap. Gabriel was definitely reading the blog post. Tip of the hat to you, sir. Guys, if you haven't seen it, check out the blog post on soap. I'll ask the question and then I'll go pin that tweet on X. He saw something about signature quorums in the blog post. This sounds like centralization to me. Will SOAP have centralization risk with the master key for the signature quorum? Please go more into this. Great question.
Yeah, so basically anytime you mine to a pool, you're trusting the pool. The way that SOAP is set up is it basically turns Quai network into a pool for the subsidy chains. So you could create like an elaborate scheme of how to decentralize a subsidy chain pool, but like most of these subsidy chains operate on pools anyway, and it's not our job to decentralize them. So you can think of that quorum as just being the pool operator for the subsidy chain. So it's not a centralization risk on Quai. It's a centralization risk for the subsidy chains, so to speak. But the subsidy chains all operate majority pool anyway, so not our problem.
Yeah, good call out. I was honestly just thinking about it. So it's effectively, a way to govern a pool. Did I get that correctly?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it governance. I mean, it's like a multi-sig, but it's just like how you create a pool for the subsidy chain. So you basically have to have a proposal, and to make sure that those proposals are like valid, you have to sign them.
Got
In the same way that when you connect to your miners or to pool, like they're signing their messages using TLS, right? Like,
yeah,
same shit.
yeah. All right, good point. Okay. I got other questions, but man, the chat is on fire, so we'll move on. Appreciate that, Dr. K. Great questions, Gabriel. Feel free to follow up in chat if you have more. Red Tax Quai Squad is in the house. Shout out to Quai Squad. Dr. K, we put together a set of NFTs to mark the launch of Project Soap. The Tyler Durden piece is reserved just for you. We'd be glad if you minted it and told us whether you like soap descriptions across the collection. Dr. K, what do you think of this project?
I think it's great. I think they need to expand it. They should like draw as many like cues from Fight Club as possible. Right? They should have Jack's appendix. They should have like all of the different fighting characters. From the pretty boy all the way to the guy who's like at a bar with his head in like a halo because he fucked up his neck.
The neck brace, PFP, the man boots,
yeah,
PFP.
There should be as many PFPs like from the movie as possible. I think that'd be dope.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, no, shout out to Quai Squad. Really quickly jumping on the bandwagon. Like I said earlier, this one's gonna be really fun to meme, guys. So, lots of opportunities here. But, great project. Yeah, maybe we can create some more NFTs. That would be super cool. Everybody go check out, soap.quaisquad.xyz. And,
yeah. I mean, effectively, guys. Like, if you want to think about like what we're doing here, basically, like in proof of work land, projects like Bitcoin have been able to like rest on their laurels because they were first to market, and with that, they can kind of like sit without innovation. What Soap does is it makes the PAL landscape competitive again, and it allows the projects that adopt Soap and like add utility to take advantage of the market cap and the market share of the projects that aren't innovating. That's basically like what's going on here, right?
yeah.
So like, Bitcoin will pay for our innovation. Amazing.
Boom. Love it. Dr. K's got a lot of cold takes, but I think this one's hot off the press. Rock and roll, guys. All right. Appreciate that. Moving right along. Steph Curdy is in the house. We love Steph. He's a big friend. Question for you, Dr. K. When thinking about a risk-free rate, would you consider Quai's emission and lockup over the 3, 6, or 12-month time intervals, which pays out 25% for 12 months to be a risk-free rate? Or would you consider Chi to be more of the risk-free rate in the system?
I mean, it depends on your basis.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, if your basis is Quai, then the Quai payout is a risk-free rate. If your basis is Chi, and your Chi payout is a risk-free rate. If you're worried about purchasing power, Chi is going to be closer to your risk-free rate.
Nice, nice. Maybe, Steph, you can expand on that a little bit more.
No, I mean, that pretty much answers the question.
Okay, rock and roll. All right, let's see here. Moving right along. Guys, if I'm going too quick, apologies. I drank too much coffee this morning. Just ping me in chat if I miss you. But let's see here. Keyshore's got a bunch of community questions. First one here. What are the main benefits of switching from ProgPow to KuPow with this proposal, and how does it impact existing miner compatibility?
ProgPow and KuPow are functionally the same algorithm. So, going from ProgPow to KuPow allows the network to get revenue from Ravencoin. In terms of miners, there you have to restart your grinder with a new parameter. That's it.
That's it. Rock and
Hash
roll.
rate's effectively 1-to-1. Hardware is 1-to-1. They just restart their grinder.
There you go. Simple answer. All right. What unique advantage does SOAP provide compared to other OxPow or merged mining approaches?
It brings the revenue back to the merge mine chain rather than splitting the payment amongst the chains.
There you go.
So if you look at Dogecoin and Litecoin, the fact they're merge mine and the merge mining goes to the miner means that the mining is still inflationary for both Litecoin and Dogecoin. But if the merge mining happens such that one of those tokens is like forced to be sold and then buy the other, that's net positives
Right.
for the tokens doing this thing. So basically it just changes the economics of merge mining such that it becomes, rather than like a split, it becomes advantageous for the chain that's doing the merging. So, yeah.
Pretty simple. Great question. Great question. Okay, we might have covered this, but maybe not. Does SOAP avoid merge mining between Litecoin and Dogecoin, even though it's a standard OxPow use case? I think the answer is no.
No, we're making it so we'll trip mine.
Triple merge mine. So, okay, just thinking through this. So, I mean, right now, Doge is merge mining Litecoin. Is that correct?
Correct.
So, if we...
So, like, what'll end up happening is there'll be a Quai pool that's script.
Mm-hmm.
From a Stratum perspective, it will look like you're mining Litecoin. But under that, you'll be mining Dogecoin, and under that, you'll be mining Quai.
Oh, that's super interesting. All right, so you're effectively...
And then the payments for Doge and Litecoin, like, have to go to the subsidy address, right? So it can get sold.
Yeah.
And purchase Quai with it. And then the Quai goes to the miner.
Rock and roll. So, short answer, no, we're not avoiding it. We're maximizing it. Love it. All right, let's see here. With SOAP requiring the first Coinbase output to pay Quai address in full, how do we prevent miners from trying to slip in alternative spending outputs? Oh, that's a good question.
That's where the signatures come in.
Ah, okay.
So basically, like, if you don't have a valid template, you don't have a valid POW.
And you don't get Quai.
And you don't get Quai. Yeah. So the validity of your POW is predicated on the validity of your template.
Makes sense.
So
Okay.
then you can include like latent things, and we'll probably penalize you for that. But that means that you're not like dependent on the liveness of the pool or the template endpoint. But you can't pay yourself and still get a valid block. And if you try to use latent shares, like you'll get a penalty.
Right. Okay. Definitely thought through that one. That makes sense. Valid question, though. Valid question. Good one.
Yeah, basically, like the goal here is to make sure that you want to force production of valid subsidy chain blocks without creating like a co-state dependency on the chain.
Right.
So we're not, validating state or anything. I mean, obviously the node is, so it's only making like valid proposals, but we're not sort of hard linking consensus. We're using the signature abstraction to like loosely link consensus. So it's not linked per se, but it'll become very difficult to produce blocks that don't also pay out this subsidy. I would say it will become impossible to create blocks that don't pay the subsidy.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. That makes sense. It might also answer the next question here. Should the optional donor proof of work verification, currently enforced only as a policy rule, be promoted to a consensus rule to prevent the reuse of low difficulty or invalid donor headers? So I think we've covered that.
Yeah, no, so like there's in the validation, we'll basically have like the donor time and then the buy time. And if they're not matched within a certain like window, which would allow the donor to have likely validity, like it won't, like the block will be forced like as a lower payout quad, which means if you like have lively shares, you want to use them. If for or templates, as well, if you don't have a lively template, you'll use a stale template, but like you'll take the penalty, right?
Yeah.
So it makes it so that it's more than a griefing attack if you're trying to like not pay the subsidy for some reason. But like for a miner, you want to fucking pay the subsidy because like that's going to buy your like either you're selling, which means the subsidy is going to the buy side of the book, which is going to get you a better price to clear.
Yeah.
Or you're holding, which is you want the price to go up, which doesn't make the price to go up. Like if you're participating in any case and you're like rational at all, like you want to pay, and you're irrational, like you're going to pay a penalty for it, which makes the attack of like trying to not get the subsidy pay worse than just like straight running quad in terms of like the attack cost.
Yeah. Yeah. No real incentive to continually mine
No. So
stale.
it's a counter incentive, meaning like if you were to try to like quote unquote attack the system, you would be better off still paying the subsidy than you would to try to like run latent blocks.
Right. Right. That also kind of highlights, this is possible due to, the liveliness of Quai and how fast it is with block times and work shares.
Yeah.
Nice. Great questions. Okay. Man, people are diving deep here. Could stale donor headers still be included if only SPV proofs are checked?
Stale headers can be included. We'll know that they're stale, and we won't pay out as much for reward.
Right. Okay, so there's a negative economic incentive to do that. This question also asks, would this enable replay or cheap share attacks?
No, like basically like the clock time in Quai is like plus or minus 10 seconds. And if we compare that to like your need to sort of no time in the subsidy systems.
Yeah.
That's like way faster.
Yeah.
So we can tag something as stale way faster than it becomes really meaningful.
Right.
So
ultimately, like, would it be fair to say, like, we might know something is stale before the miner does?
yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, I mean, ultimately, guys, like, with none of this in place, everyone should still want to do the merge mining properly. With this in place, like, we're creating a disincentive to, like, not do the merge mining properly. But, like, anybody that's touching Quai should want this, even if they're immediately selling.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think we nailed that. Man, these are some really good questions here. I'm going to move on. What are the risks of not coupling liveness with AuxPal? Could donor participation drop to near zero without incentives?
No, it's coupled.
Yeah.
It's coupled. It's loosely coupled via the signatures and the time.
Right. Okay. All right.
Like, if you don't do the AuxPal, you're gonna get paid half as much. Like, that's it.
Right. Okay.
Like, figure out how you make that profitable.
Yeah. No, I don't think you can. Okay. All right. This one is interesting. Why enforce SOAP in the script signature instead of OP return? Man, where are these coming from? I need to hang out in the community more.
What's the question?
Why enforce SOAP in the script sig instead of OP return? I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does. There's like two places you could put it. The script sig. There's a reason we did script sig instead of the OP return. It's been like 2 weeks since we made this decision. Let me think. Why did we do it that way?
Can I speculate that, not all script chains have OP return, perhaps?
No, they do all have it.
Okay.
But for a reason, it wasn't super consequential at the end of the day.
Sure.
Most merge mine chains, the early ones, obviously the script sig. I think there's like one example where they do OP return. But from our perspective, we see no issue with just doing the script sig, and it makes it like a very simple proof. So basically, like, when you do the thing, you're looking for the commitment in the script sig. You're looking for one output in the correct amount to a correct address or a template. And then as long as those things exist, you can get a valid PAL.
Got it. Okay. This might add some context to the question. The next one is, with script sig limited to less than or equal to 100 bytes, will extra nonce flexibility for large pool / ASICs be constrained?
I mean, we're only adding a 32 byte header. Typically, right, Extranauts 1 is 4 bytes, Extranauts 2 is 4 bytes, and then you also have 4 bytes up in the time. So you have 8 bytes, like, per second as a grinder. We're ultimately, like, allowing dynamic extra noncing. So you could say, we were trying to look into this in terms of, like, ASIC support. So if somebody knows, like, how many bytes you can put in Extranauts 1 and Extranauts 2 for, like, common ASICs, let us know. I think Extranauts 1 is pretty much always 4, but Extranauts 2 can technically be more. From what we could tell, no one really supports more than 4. if that's not the case, like we have a specifier that allows it to be more than that if it needs to be. But like from our perspective, certainly if you put 8 bytes with 4 plus the bytes for the thing plus the 32 bytes for the commit, like you're still well below the 100 bytes. So we don't ever see a case where you're going to run out of script sig.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds like the team did their research, but if anybody sees another example where they're using more than that, reach out. It'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah, I would actually love to hear. Like, we did do some research here. It's hard to tell, like, what nonce sizes are commonly used. So if anyone has info on that, let us know. We did allow for variable extra nonce 2 size. So basically, like, when you mine, you have to be able to have, like, a search space. And in a pool, you don't want your search space to overlap. So effectively, what you want to do is you have the nonce field in the header, you have time, you have extra nonce 1 and extra nonce 2. So the time you can only move every second, because that's its resolution. The first nonce is 4 bytes in the header, so that only gets you, I think it's like 4 billion tries. Then the extra nonce 1 byte is basically you can have 4 billion like participants in your pool. So it's like it's basically like they assign a unique search space so that people don't overlap in extra nonce 1, and then extra nonce 2 is how you get more like iterations per second, which gives you another 4 billion. But it's like multiplicative with the header nonce, right? So it's like infinite at that point. Now you can technically have bigger extra nonce 2s. Like I said, we don't fully understand how much support there is for that. If we know that you could potentially specify like 8 bytes, but if you have 8 bytes, it's like so big you would never run out of space. And then obviously that's every second as well, right? And then your 8 bytes also coupled with 4 bytes, so it's actually 12 bytes. And like I don't even know what a 12 byte integer is in terms of the actual size. It's enormous.
Yeah.
Wow. So there's space, and like you'll get that without ever overrunning the script sig.
Okay. Man, we went deep on that one.
The script sig basically is you have the block number, and then you have the like merge binding prefix. Then you have the what in our case is the work object seal hash, and then you have extra nonce 1 and extra nonce 2, right? So the data we're adding, I think, is like between the prefix and the thing is 36 bytes. Let's say you add like 4 bytes for the number max, right? So that's 40 bytes. Like your extra nonce 1 and extra nonce 2 still have 60 bytes of room.
Right.
So, yeah.
Sounds like there's plenty of space. But again, if anybody knows otherwise, yeah, definitely let us know. I imagine there's probably less than 100 people in this world that might have the answer to that. But
yeah. I mean, if people see, like, obviously they're looking at our commits right now, and some of our commits are private too. So, like, the pool that we're putting together, like, that's going to remain a private repo. Just because, like, it doesn't need to be public.
Right.
And it would just make, like, copycats easier if that were to ever happen. So,
right.
It doesn't, like, change the false surface of what matters or, like, the trust surface. So, we're probably not going to make that one public.
Makes
But
sense.
there's a bit of kit, right, that goes into being able to like um,
The secret sauce behind Project Soap.
yeah, well, I mean, it's it's not that secret, but like it's just a piece that doesn't matter if it stays closed source. So if somebody were to try to copy it, they'd have to rebuild it. So
All right.
yeah,
Everybody knows you need a trigger. We'll just, keep how we built ours secret for now. Rock and roll. Uh,
it's not like magic. It's just like we're gonna make you work for it if you try to copy it.
right. No, that totally
Uh,
understood. And that makes sense. We have the opportunity to achieve a competitive edge here. But it would be fairly easy for anybody else to figure it out.
yeah, I mean, the other point is like if we go back to the comparison, the piece that we're keeping private is basically pool software.
Yeah,
So um, it also creates like a attack surface if we make it public that is completely unnecessary.
yeah,
So right, like no pools published there, like Stratum,
yeah. No, fair.
right? Like doesn't exist. So
Yeah,
we're taking the same approach here.
not doing anything crazy out of the ordinary with the pool software. All right.
Yeah, but I mean, basically, like it's pools that it's kind of like we're setting up a pool that runs like 5 systems, right?
Yeah, yeah. Bingo.
Um, but that's like also in the background here is that is like being built. Um, so yeah.
Understood. Oh man, great questions, guys. Yeah, people are diving deep. Love to see it. Looking forward to the follow-ups here. Let's see here. Gabriel's got another question about soap. Yeah, no, so he definitely dove deep on the blog post. I recognize this might be something we didn't call out explicitly, but he states he doesn't quite understand how soap guarantees that there will not be negative price pressure. If it takes longer than expected for miners from other POW blockchains to switch over to mining into SOAP, won't the negative price pressure from regular Quai miners continue?
No.
Okay.
So basically, like when we turn over, you're gonna get paid twice as much to do Kapow as ProgPow.
Ah,
And we'll put like a tail on ProgPow of maybe a couple weeks. But if we pay you twice as much for Kapow, we think you'll get like 95% turnover in like 2 days.
yeah. No, that makes sense.
And then after 3 weeks, like you won't be able to do ProgPow anymore.
People got to pay their power bills. Very, very economically incentive driven. Nice.
Yeah, well, there's no like equipment change. Just you got to restart your miner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like you can double your profits to restart your miner. That's a powerful incentive. Like double your revenue, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So like everyone will restart their miner within a couple days.
Yeah.
And the buying starts immediately, but the selling has to mature for 2 weeks.
Yep. There you go.
Right? And then the other thing that's going on is some of that buying will go into like rewards for capital locking, which will create exponential buying, right?
Yeah.
So,
it sounds like a lot of moving pieces, but it's really not. Gabriel's mentioning, just a suggestion. Could the team put out more documentation and posts about SOAP? Yes, totally acknowledged. We will be spending some more time talking about SOAP, and maybe some visuals could help as well. But no, totally acknowledge. Once you wrap your mind around it, it's relatively simple. But it's some pretty deep proof of work tech. I'll admit, at least for me.
I mean, like it is and it isn't, right? So basically,
It's
if you have
esoteric,
a blockchain, it can act as a pool for unperformant blockchains.
right?
Okay, we know how merge mining works. Okay, now instead of having economics of merge mining as they previously existed, we're changing the economic to benefit the chain that's like the faster chain. That's us.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, I think, describing it as a quiet foundation pool to support merge mining, like really nailed it home for me. So, hopefully that,
So like it's okay. So merge mining's a known entity.
yep.
Using Quai as like a pool, that's like the trickier part. That's like what we're implementing, right?
Mm,
But of all the things we've done in this world, this is actually pretty straightforward.
yeah.
So not like a concern for us. I mean, it's work, but not like a lot of like unknown technical risk. It's all known technical risk, right?
Yeah.
So like that's not a big deal. And then the revelation is that you can make the economics favor your chain. That's so. So the revelation is like once you like get it, you get it. Cool.
Yeah.
And then you just have to do the implementation.
Yep. Rock on. Yeah, so acknowledge Gabriel. We'll definitely be putting out some more content. Hopefully the pool explanation, helps. Definitely help for me. So we'll expect some more content. But Fight Club memes, guys. Fight Club memes. I'm reading the general channel. Crypto's a lot of hype, and this is a huge opportunity to take advantage of some hype. So check it out, guys. Lots of opportunity. We're kind of like setting a new culture, maybe, perhaps. My brain's going in a bunch of different directions.
Yeah, I mean, like at the end of the day, right? In some ways, like I see this akin to you're driving down, the Seward Highway in Alaska, and you see a steaming dead moose on the side of the road. Like, you gonna eat it? Like, rationally speaking, you should, right?
Yeah, well, I was gonna make a Bobby Kennedy joke.
You can figure out who the steaming dead moose is in this analogy.
We are the all singing, all dancing crap.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but then the other problem is like if you don't, like someone else will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, totally.
Like
Probably
like,
a bear to get stronger. You might as well.
Effectively, right? That's actually
The moose from the bears. Don't let the bears get the moose. They don't deserve it. They don't need it. They don't do anything to help us.
yeah.
Okay, alright. I'm running out of juice here. Slap, welcome to the chat. Slap's asking, will the soap subsidy go through a certain market or exchange, such as Mexi, for example? I think the short answer is yes. Subsidies will be used to purchase Quai on the market.
We're working with setting up market makers to do the disposition and acquisition piece. So it should happen across several of the exchanges.
Good call out. Good point.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like ideally the foundation doesn't directly do this, right? Like they sign a contract with the market maker, the payments go into like the market maker's kitty, they clear it, they do that process. They take like 20 bips, and then they either burn it or send it to the state contract, depending on, direction of relative amounts.
Right.
But like that should be all that happens.
Acknowledged. That is part of the answer probably to Gabriel's next question here. Will it be possible for non-miners to buy into the locked rewards from SOAP, like liquid SOAP tokens or something? Dude.
No. There's no mining requirement in the locking.
Yeah.
So basically what this does is it creates a locking system, but it doesn't strictly couple it to mining. Like it does and it doesn't, right?
Right.
So like you can decide that you want to mine and not stake or lock. You can decide you want to lock and not mine. That's fine.
Bingo. Are we going to call them liquid SOAP tokens? There's no, I mean, what are your thoughts on the locking contract itself? It's not technically staking, correct?
No, because you're not doing validation. You're just locking the yield.
Right, man. I want to mint like an NFT for everybody who does this now. That's just personal idea I just thought of. If somebody else out there wants to take advantage of that,
I mean, to your point, someone could create like liquid SOAP tokens.
There you go.
Where they could have a revolving block that then is backing up a tradable call on that, so to speak. So like your liquid SOAP could be minted on the lock and then potentially redeemed. It would just, you could like hypothecate it and then create like tradable yield bearing things. It doesn't matter from a economic impact perspective, right?
Yeah.
If that was part of consensus, that'd be problematic.
Yeah.
Which is why proof of stake is retarded.
Yeah.
But this isn't. This is X consensus. This is just like economics. So like creating a liquid token doesn't change the aggregate economics from the perspective of the like issuance and monetary policy of Quai.
Understood. Man, great questions, guys. My brain now, I can't stop thinking about foam soap. I don't know why. It's an evolution on liquid soap. I prefer it. You all should try it. We'll move on. Okay, man, the chat is actually on fire right now. I'm gonna have to scroll for a minute. Let's see here. When wormhole? Soon, TM. Any updates on that?
Yeah, all I can say is soon at this point.
Soon.
Yeah, I mean, the technical integration's pretty much done. So, there's like this process of getting the validators to like update. And then there's a process of like cadencing it into their sort of like marketing and launch schedule. So,
Understood. Yeah. Understood. It's coming, guys. Hang on to your butts.
All right. I mean, originally they told us Q3, so like they're behind, but soon. Yeah.
All right. Good questions, though. Great questions, guys. I'm super excited for Wormhole as well. They have an SDK, so if anybody's looking to build something, definitely check that out. Get ready, get prepared, hang on to your butts. There's not another proof of work network out there unlocking the potential that Wormhole brings. So keep your eyes peeled. Follow the quiet count. We'll get news to you as soon as we know more. Rock on. All right, Gabriel. I love you, man. Really appreciate all the questions. Dr. K, can you succinctly describe the added value of mining into SOAP versus mining into a normal pool for a miner of Bitcoin or another proof of work blockchain? What does mining into SOAP look like from their perspective? And how do they get their payouts?
They get it in Quai. So from their perspective, they're going to look at Bitcoin, they're going to look at Quai, and be like, oh, look, Quai is more profitable to mine than Bitcoin. And so they'll start mining Quai. And many of them will liquidate it at market, but that'll be a net neutral activity. Some of them will be like, this Quai thing is interesting. Maybe I should hold on to some of this. And that will be a net positive.
Yeah.
Right? Even if it's a net neutral buy sell, that still creates volume in the market, which is healthy.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And then the other thing too is between the 2-week maturation on the Quai rewards, right? That is a big sort of chunk of new capital that buys before you get balanced selling. So that's like a capacitor that gets to get filled in a positive way. And then the same thing goes for any money that goes towards staked rewards, right? It's like staking didn't exist, and then it will exist. So then, right, capital has to indeed flow into the system. So you're going to get 2 positive capacitors that fill when this turns on. And then you're ideally net neutral from that point forward, assuming non-exogenous growth. But if the system keeps growing because the number goes up and awareness goes up, it'll cause the system to keep growing, right? And the cool part is there's no minimum per day that has to happen for it to keep growing. As long as one new dollar comes into the system, that's a day that it grows, right? If we look at Bitcoin, the way that Bitcoin grows is it has to have in excess of $50 million per day coming in, right? And only on the days that at least $50 million come in is a growing day. On any other day, it's necessarily a losing day. It's a non-growing day. So you could get $40 million worth of new, people buying Bitcoin, and the price of Bitcoin will go down.
Yeah.
Right?
Water flows downhill. Good questions, guys. All right.
Yeah, basically, in a system like this, if you can get it to zero, it always has a positive bias, which means it isn't actually zero. It's always positively biased.
Yeah.
Right? And then you can express that positive bias with multiplicity because of those capacitors or because of rewarding capital to come into the system. So I can turn a small bias into a big bias.
Yeah. That, oh shoot. I forgot what we called it in the blog post. That virtuous cycle. Unlocking.
Yeah. I mean, it's and the thing is, this is better than proof of stake too.
Oh, 100%.
Because proof of stake also has a negative bias. Always.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess if you were to be truly critical, you would say your negative bias is the daily cost of node running. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
It's hyper fractional.
Yeah.
But
It's
that's
super fractional.
That's the only offsetting negative bias in the system. Otherwise it's just all positive.
Yeah. Well, and again.
Okay, so let me just be clear. So the biggest negative bias in any system, especially a proof of work system, is the miners. 100%. You can do whatever fucking analysis you want. I can tell you that the price performance is the miners selling, creating consolidation. That's it. So you're going to get rid of that sell pressure. And that's the biggest negative bias in the system. Right? And then the goal is to create positive incentives that create positive biases. Right?
Yeah.
But transactions, for example, are a positive bias. If you actually look, based on the number of transactions doing per day, I think we make like $700-800 a day
Yeah. In fees.
in fees.
Yep. But like so
as the system already exists. So like that's a positive bias,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, no, totally. That all makes sense.
Every transaction is a positive bias. Right, and then then you build something and people start using like the NFT platform in volume. Positive bias.
Yep.
You get like a good version of ENS like deployed and people start speculating on ENS names. Positive bias.
Yep.
Right, and one of the goals of our that we have come to is that we only want to support projects that feed back into the Y token.
Right.
So we actually believe that the concept of like directly supporting or subsidizing sort of an exchange that creates their own token that is a fork of Uniswap is a strong negative bias in the system. That like exchange should just be taking revenue and feedbacking any positive value into Quai. Right?
Stated simply.
Like the L1 should have its own perptex. The L1 should have its own Uniswap.
Yep.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be like part of the L1, but the construction of the tokenomics, which makes sense for the L1, which will be supported by the foundation or dominant strategies, has to feed back into the token. It can't be a separate token. It doesn't make sense.
No. Nope.
So like people are they're internalizing that L1, L2s is like not a good relationship.
No, it's a terrible relationship.
I guess I can take that one step further and say that secondary tokens for commodity futures is a negative relationship.
Yeah. Well, and I mean honestly, like unnecessary when the L1 satisfies the basic utility.
I mean, look at Uniswap. They issue a Uniswap token on Ethereum, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, JK Lulz, we're going to make our own chain.
Yeah.
So then they feed back all of the revenue into their token, not ETH. And then they decide to like bounce.
Yep.
And take their user base, their revenue, like everything with them, their capital.
Yep. If I stood in Uniswap shoes, I'd argue I had to because ETH didn't scale.
Yeah, but the relationship was already like it was already mildly adversarial.
Yeah, it was definitely extractive.
Right?
Yeah.
So like if you're gonna create an L1 to absolutely maximize returns, you want to make sure that the way that you're supporting teams is that it's all supporting the L1.
Yep.
Right? So like there's a way to do Uniswap on an independent team, but like the requirement of supporting, promoting, and granting them money is that the economics have to be designed to return the ongoing value back to Quai, not a second token.
That's the highlight.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, dang guys, we're a little over here. The chat is absolutely fire. There's a lot of speculation going on down in there, but I want to highlight some comments. Burak is asking, isn't there a Fight Club painting in Quai's office, or is he mistaken? You are not mistaken, sir. We definitely own some Fight Club paintings. Again, I'm super excited for all the memes. Quai Squad is acknowledging your feedback. They're going to start working on more NFT collections. So keep your eyes peeled for that. A Particle One.
I mean, they should just expand like the collection they have, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, PFPs, it's always a winner. Always a winner. And keep us posted.
And it'd be cool if they can somehow like marry the aesthetic of Fight Club and the PFPs like with like a Quai aesthetic.
Right. That shouldn't be too hard.
Right. But I will caution them that they need to make they can't use direct art.
No.
Like they need to make derivative art, else like they might get a letter from Paramount at some point.
Right. Fair.
Yep.
But tip of the hat, Quiet Squad. You guys are cooking. Love to see it. Hot on the trail of everything Quiet Network is releasing, guys. Really appreciate having you all here today. A Particle One says he would not give a steamy dead moose even to his dog. We might need to work on that metaphor a little bit, Dr. K. I mean, like, moose, maybe like a fresh elk, that you just harvested. You want to get it before the bear does, right?
No, but like the interesting thing is like you didn't have to do it.
Right.
You just had to recognize it was there.
Yeah. And
you just had to see it.
steamy.
Like, once you see it.
Yeah. Well, and I'll just highlight, we're using steamy as a way to describe the freshness of the meat and not the rottedness, I guess, the dankness. When you're hunting, it's usually cold outside because the season is winter, and so when you finally down an animal, it steams.
Yeah. Well, but that's like how you know if you didn't see like the animal die,
Right.
and it's fresh, because it's still warm.
Yep. Bingo.
Right. So like it's not bad meat; it's good meat. Right.
Yeah. No, fresh meat, guys.
It's fresh meat. Yeah. No,
Fresh.
I mean it's sustenance, right? So it's like.
Sustaining, yeah.
And it's like good sustenance. And honestly, like if you look at all these arguments that the Bitcoiners have these days, like they're far past due somebody like putting them back into a competitive stance. I mean, I honestly don't think they'll ever we'll see. Right?
Yeah.
Say like create a competitive stance out of this. But like eventually that is the outcome. It's they either have to like re-up their competitiveness or like become obsolete. Like that's the outcome of SOAP. It makes proof of work competitive again, not just based off the earliness of adoption and the network effect. It's actually going to cause forced differentiation by utility.
Right. Oh man, the chat is getting hot. People are people are posting and deleting memes as we speak. You guys rock. I'm freaking here for it. Yeah, let's go harvesting, guys. It's October now. It's bow season here in Texas, and now's the time. I need to start prepping. We all need to start prepping. Let's get our Fight Club memes ready to go. Maybe we'll avoid the hunting memes, but I'm here for it, guys. This has been a blast. Really love everybody who joined us. The chat is crazy. If you're hanging out with us on X, we do this every Wednesday. Definitely want to hop into the Discord.
Just to give like the TLDR, right?
Yeah. Feel free. Final thoughts. Go ahead.
Right. The TLDR is that proof of work is the mechanism by which you create a decentralized system. Full stop. It's the way that you create a sound form of money. The problem is, it's always had this issue of the bootstrap, which is you have to grow faster than your emissions, which makes it very hard to grow against other established systems. So we have eliminated the bad part of proof of work and make it either net neutral in terms of emission or positive, and still preserve the decentralized features, of the system. Now, long term, like long term, we're still going to have to, pay for the emissions. But that's going to be when our emissions are over 60 million per day. So
that's a good place to be.
Yeah, that's right. So there might be like a strategy where, we have to create new secondary markets, like useful proof of work, to actually generate revenue as we eclipse the 60 million per day. But like this hopefully will buy us a couple years to figure that out. And then we'll just keep growing with the only bound being really Bitcoin's emissions per day.
Love it. Guys, really appreciate all the questions about SOAP, Wormhole, community. Love the feedback, Dr. K, on the, Quai Squad NFT project. Really looking forward to watching that team grow and continue to build here on Quai Network. Tons of opportunities listed here, guys. The alpha is we have successfully mined Ravencoin.
And I'll make one other statement. We don't
Go.
actually have to solve useful proof of work.
Right? I was thinking that in the back of my head, right? I'm like, man, we got cheap.
Like, let me point this out. And the reason for that is because Bitcoin technically solved useful proof of work,
Right.
which is confirming transactions. It's just they never scaled so that they could make their proof of work useful. So they have the proof of work part, but they don't have the useful part. With scalable proof of work, you make proof of work useful, right? So if you have like 50,000 TPS and you're still doing like half a penny, that's still something like $10 million a day in revenue.
Bingo.
Right?
Yeah, totally.
So like the usefulness of proof of work is actually doing transactions, right? And that's also an offsetting like revenue source.
Yep.
Right? Because like if the transactions are paying the miners, then the subsidy doesn't have to pay the miners.
Bingo.
Right? So like the whole point and the whole thing implicit in Satoshi's design was that as the subsidy went down, the fees would go up. The aggregate generated fees, not, the fees per transaction.
Right.
So like Bitcoin got co-opted a long time ago and is on an unsustainable path. Like, let me be perfectly frank. And no one had figured out like how to recorrect this arc in history until SOAP. SOAP recorrects that arc.
There you go, guys.
Because it forces proof of work systems to compete.
And competition is healthy. I think we can all acknowledge that.
I mean, obviously, monopolistic settings is like shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't have privacy in Bitcoin. I don't have scale in Bitcoin. I don't have good programmability in Bitcoin. I still have 10-minute blocks. I have terrible settlement times. I have high fees. I have low network access. Nobody uses it. Adoption transactionally peaked in 2017.
All good
So, like,
points.
whatever the status quo is not good.
Yeah. No, I mean, if it was good, we would not be seeing the stablecoinization of TradFi right now.
Yeah, if this had happened like 10 years ago, like Bitcoin would have been forced to evolve into real digital cash.
Yeah.
The market would have forced it. There wouldn't be debates on SegWit in the block size wars because any decision that sub-optimizes the revenue to the chain would be obviously suboptimal.
Yep. Chat. Rip Bitcoin. Long live Quai Network.
Well, I don't want to quite go there, right? But it forces it to be competitive. Like, that's the point.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Monopolies are bad. Competition's healthy. Spurs innovation and
So, like, people can ask themselves, like, when and how they think the Bitcoiners are going to respond to this.
yeah, absolutely.
I will say that from their perspective, we're just another pool. So this doesn't actually disrupt their status quo, except for the fact that there's a proof of work system that has way higher utility than theirs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that day. Those are great problems to have. And we clearly have a roadmap to get there. And to your point earlier, these are not the work is not unknown unknowns. These are known knowns. So it's a light at the end of the tunnel.
This is definitely like soon, right? Like we're already mining Ravencoin, and like we've partially implemented the 5 other chains. So it's just a matter of like getting them tested, getting them in testnet, getting the new pool endpoints spun up, and then like this is going live.
Boom.
So
this is not a absence of evidence situation.
Yeah, I mean, tentatively we're thinking the 3rd week of October.
There you go, guys.
Yeah, that's like the plan right now. We'll see how like everything gets coordinated and executed, but that's like internally the number we're shooting for.
Totally feasible. Yeah. No, we got our plans cooking. Community is aping on the memes. Love to see it. Guys, if you're hanging out with us here on X, check out the pinned tweets up above. Long discussion on SOAP, Project SOAP, Quiet Network. Check out that blog post. We do this every week. Come join us here in Discord. The chat is full of memes right now. Love to see it. We're all over the board, but we're definitely all aligned on how SOAP can change the world for proof of work, make proof of work competitive again, and benefit anybody and everybody who is participating in the Quiet Network ecosystem. So you're still early. Definitely give the Quiet Network account a follow, and hop into our Discord. It's a blast in here. Final thoughts, Dr. K, before I wrap us up with some housekeeping.
Yeah, appreciate everyone for coming. Obviously, some of you are tracking the commits in our branch to GoQuai.
Right.
Fun to see. So yeah, any scrutiny, any secondary work that I'd love to hear. Appreciate people for taking the time and having the interest. Yeah, ultimately, right, this started to accomplish that last scene in Fight Club. And that's where we want to bring it back.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That has been an inspirational scene, I believe, for everybody who gets into crypto. If you haven't seen it, guys, go check out the Fight Club movie. It's an amazing movie. I hear the book is just as good. Man, really appreciate the conversation today. Thank you so much, Dr. K, for hanging out with us. I know you got to get back to the grind and go, tackle those known knowns. Really appreciate everybody in the community for their questions, the memes, the speculation. It's always a blast watching you guys hash it out in the chat. I will be following up with a few of you. Really want to answer your questions. We'll get some more content out on SOAP. Looking forward to all the Fight Club memes. Guys, you're still early here at Quiet Network. Definitely give this account a follow and hop into our Discord. We do this every Wednesday with Dr. K. He already spilled some alpha today. I won't reiterate. But, yeah, check us out, guys. If you're trying to get your hands on some Quiet and get ready for, the locked rewards, I hear the APY is going to be insane. You won't want to miss it. Head over to Kipper Money. Sign up there. You can earn some free Quiet just for onboarding. Engage with all the content we got on X. The team and the community are tipping like crazy right now. So that's probably the easiest way to get your hands on some Quiet. Check out the other ecosystem builders. They're building some pretty cool stuff along the way with us. If you need even more Quiet, we are traded on Mexi, Gate.io, and LBank. You can swap on Let's Exchange, and we're on the Kraken roadmap as well, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And then the integration with Wormhole is coming soon. TM. I don't know another proof of work network that's unlocking all these opportunities for miners, builders, users, traders, no matter what you're into.
You forgot to that.
Oh, and Zebek. Yeah, that's right. Guys, go check out Zebek. We recently got integrated with them. You can go spend your Quai right now with a Zebek debit card. That's super cool. Yeah, and tip of the hat to folks who got their hands on a Quai branded Tangent card. Those should be shipping real soon. So really looking forward to
Some
get.
people have already gotten them
What?
notifications that they're in the mail, yeah.
What?
I haven't seen a picture to receive one yet, but they're shipped.
Oh man, I'm so jealous. All right, well, guys, keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll probably be doing some giveaways as well. I know I got my hands on a few, so stay tuned, folks. So much more coming to you. We should be hopping on a space with Zebek as well this Friday, so definitely give the Quiet Network account a follow. Keep your eyes peeled for all those updates. Smash that reminder button, subscribe, all that jazz, and come join the Quiet Nation in Discord. It's been a good one, guys. See you all next week. Thank you so much, Dr. K, for the time today. All right. Rock on, everyone. Chat, you're awesome. Quai Nation, I absolutely love you guys. We will catch you all next week. See you later.